Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about validations using a library called ZOD. So far, we went over creating form using server actions and updating user using server actions. There are plenty other libraries out there for validation. We can even use HTML form validation ourselves. For example, when we just wanna the password to be longer than 6 characters or the email to be maximum length of 50. But for more convenient way, we want to use a library called ZOD. Okay, when we head over this website, we go over here to installation. It requires 4.5 TypeScript and a strict mode enabled, and we have to run this command pnpm add ZOD. Okay, now that we have added this to our project, let's head over to actions file. We want to change this file because we don't want it validating our forms like this anymore. We go over here, we import z from ZOD, and we create a new schema, const user schema z.object. We get 3 inputs from the user: name, email, and password. Name z is a string, email is z string and email, password is z string and minimum of 6, for example. Okay, in here, let's comment it out. For the moment, we want to create a result or user schema. I'll name that later. Save parse a form data. It gets a form data if the form data result is not success. Let's return a value or throw a new error here. Invalid inputs, and let's give it a, can we do this? Let's make them to string. Yep, okay, I hope that it works. And if the result is success, we get result.data and we get name, email, and password from it. And then we pass in this data. As you can see here, it's type string, okay? And this should work. Let's check our app. We head over here to create a new user. We enter, okay, invalid inputs. So this is working. Let's handle this more gracefully to log instead of throwing a new error and then return. Let's log in here. Yeah. Let's type in a valid input for them, some example.com@gmail.com, and the password should be longer than 6 characters. So when we hit create user, did it create a new user or what? No, it didn't. So I'm gonna pause the video and figure out what's wrong. Okay, after smashing my head to the wall and just pull out your hairs seeing this error, but I hadn't noticed it. Form data is not iterable in here, and we have to say object.entries from form data. I used NextJS documentation for this method, and it gives us raw form data, which gets an object and pass it to the ZOD save parse function. And let's hit save and try again. Hello, choose an email address like example.com and something like that. And when we hit create a new browser, okay, parse error flatten, filters are okay, parses all. Did it create? Object from entries. Oh, I should go to elementary school and learn to read again, apparently. Okay, the moment of truth for the last time. Something at example.com. I think this one is taken, so I'm gonna add 2 in the middle. And finally, it's working. So we have reduced this function. We can now get rid of this function because we are doing this here in about 1 line. We are error checking it in here. We can get rid of this as well, and we get the result, and it's programming. This server side validation is programmatically I don't know, available just like that. I mean, you can add several other validations here. For example, I want my name to be at least 3 characters and at most 50 characters. In the next video, we cover use action state, which is pretty new in React, that we have to upgrade our React application and NextJS application into Canary version, the latest RC1, and we're gonna show it to you how to handle error messages and show them to the actual user, because when something happened in here, we have to log error messages here, but we want to show it to the form, to the user. Thank you for watching.